but we have very proud that we have 3 opportunities to bestow the title of Professor Emeritus on some outstanding faculty. Dr. Halcomb.
Thank you. Madam Chair, Regents, Dr. Escamilla, I'm pleased today to present 3 nominations for consideration of emeritus status. The individuals have provided about 100 years of combined service to Del Mar College prior to their retirement. We are thankful for their commitment to our students for these many years. Emeritus status, as you know, is a distinction that is reserved for faculty who have shown distinguished service, significant contributions to higher education, meritorious teaching, and special honors. This is an important and very distinguished honor. Your packet contains the policy covering the eligibility for consideration of emeritus status and the process for nominations. Eligibility for the award of emeritus includes distinction in the areas of faculty fundamental responsibilities, including professional practice, educational growth, and institutional and community service. Your packet lists the areas of distinguished service for each nominee. Within the body of the resolution that I will read in a little bit, there will be a list of examples of their exemplary service. A person upon receiving emeritus status will gain privileges such as being listed in the college catalog, college directory, mailing list, and of course have this distinguished title of Professor Emeritus. Each faculty emeritus considered today was recommended by the supervisor or 3 colleagues, the dean of the respective division, the faculty council, and myself, chief academic officer, following the outlined policies and procedures. Your packet contains those specific criteria. Now I'd like to present Norma Ayala-Maynard to you for consideration of emeritus status. I would like Norma to come forward, please, so you can see, if you haven't already met her, so you can see who she is. Yes, that'd be good. So Norma served as a professor of English for 34 years. And she provided leadership, especially in developmental education and leadership. And there's a list of criteria that you see in front of you that outlines all of her achievements. And most of those, as I've indicated, will be in the resolution I will read to you. But you can see that we have set criteria that aligns to the policy. So you can see that she has met all of the criteria or exceeds the required criteria. So I'm now going to read a resolution in recognition of Norma Ayala-Maynard, which highlights these achievements. Then I will ask the Board of Regents to accept the resolution and confer emeritus status. Whereas Norma Ayala-Maynard, professor of English, served as an exemplary educator among her peers at the college for more than 34 years as a full-time and as adjunct faculty. During her tenure at the college, Ms. Ayala-Maynard has consistently advocated for student success. She provided excellent leadership in the areas of developmental education and English. Whereas Norma Ayala-Maynard's list of accomplishments is quite notable, Ms. Ayala-Maynard received Diamond Pen Awards and college recognition for her years of service in teaching. She has been nominated as Del Mar College Teacher of the Year in multiple semesters since 2008. Ms. Ayala-Maynard was invaluable in serving students through organizations such as the Hispanic Student Association, the Texas Association of Chicanos in Higher Education, and the Mexican American Studies program. Ms. Ayala-Maynard also provided dedicated service to the college as a member of multiple faculty hiring committees, instructional program review committees, and college standing committees, including Faculty Council, Affirmative Action Committee, and Recruitment and Retention Committees. Whereas Norma Ayala-Maynard is known for her mentorship of students and faculty, innovative teaching methods, and involvement with college and professional affiliate activities. Ms. Ayala-Maynard was instrumental in developing curriculum for early versions of Mexican American literature courses at Del Mar College. She did so at a time when Mexican American literature anthologies were practically non-existent. Miss Ayala-Maynard served the English and Philosophy Department of the college for over a decade as the English Adjunct Mentoring Coordinator, facilitating professional development for scores of adjuncts during this time. In addition, she engaged professionally through Conference of College Teachers of English, the English Association, the Conference on College Composition and Communication, and the National Council of English Teachers. So, at the end of the resolution, now therefore be it resolved that Del Mar College Board of Regents formally acknowledges and extends its profound appreciation for service to our college and community by recognizing Norma Ayala-Maynard with the title of Professor Emeritus on the day December 5th, 2023. So now I am going to ask, Madam Chair, I now ask for you to accept this resolution and confer emeritus status for Norma Ayala-Maynard.
Thank you very much. Mr. Curley, you have a motion to make?
I have a motion to accept the recommendation and congratulate you on your years of service.
Mr. Kelly?
Second that.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Are there any comments or questions from the board on the motion to confirm Professor Emeritus status to Ms. Ayala-Maynard? Seeing none, all those in favor? Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there any public comment on this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, and thank you so much for your service. Do you have a few words for us?
And I have a framed resolution. We framed the resolutions for her.
Thank you. I do have a few things to say. I want to thank Dr. Mark Escamilla, the Board of Regents, Dr. Jonda Halcomb, Dr. Matthew Perry, and for nominating me, Dr. Matthew Moore, as well as Professor Connie Gutierrez and Associate Professor Carrie Butler for supporting Dr. Moore's decision. Equally important, I thank the students I have been privileged to teach. I am honored and humbled to receive a prestigious title that my sons Ernest, Tony, and Jason, my daughter Darlene, my 8 grandchildren, and my brothers Humberto and Carlos, and my boyfriend David will be proud of. I'm also sure that my deceased parents, Ernesto and Belen Ayala, and my sister, Professor Lilia Gloria Martinez, who taught in the same English department, would be proud of too. Destined to be an educator, I used to play with my sister's school papers while I pretended to be a teacher, which occurred even before I attended kindergarten. During this time, I recall playing school teacher with Humberto, my little brother, and his friends who gladly accepted the roles as my students, provided I gave them Kool-Aid and cookies. Several years later, I fulfilled my dream of becoming a teacher. During my tenure at Del Mar College, I encouraged my students to finish their degrees, which I continue to do so as an adjunct. I have told them that I began my higher education as a Del Mar College student, ill-prepared for college work. However, I have yet to meet a student who writes as poorly as I did when I started Del Mar. So they should not be discouraged. Also, I have told them that while enduring tremendous personal sacrifices and overcoming one obstacle after another, I finally earned an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree in English, a bachelor's degree in Spanish, and a master's in English, ethnic studies, and Spanish. While taking 18 college hours during my last semester as a graduate student, I worked full-time at Corpus Christi Academy and as an adjunct at Del Mar West and East campuses. I mentioned that even though my parents were financially well off to help me, I decided to be on welfare as a single parent of 4 children because, ironically, I could not afford to work. Otherwise, I would need more money to support my children financially. The whole point of sharing my story with students has been to let them know that if I can work 2 jobs, raise 4 children, attend school full-time, and succeed, they can too. And why wouldn't they? As I have often told my developmental students, you are enrolled in English 0305, 0306 honors, but nobody knows but us. Thank you and God bless.
I will now present to you Benita Flores-Muñoz for consideration of emeritus status. Ms. Flores-Muñoz, Professor of Child Development, Early Childhood, served as an exemplary, tenured educator among her peers and students of the college for more than 18 years. She received the highest award for faculty at the college, the Eileen Creighton Award for Teaching Excellence in 2021. I'm going to show you the eligibility criteria. You see it on the screen. And this is Ms. Flores-Muñoz. And I think many of you saw her when we awarded the Creighton Award. So I think most of you are familiar with her and many of her achievements that you see in the eligibility criteria. So she meets or exceeds the required criteria in policy. So now I'm going to read the resolution for Benita Flores-Muñoz, and then I will ask you if you can vote. Whereas Benita Flores-Muñoz, Professor of Child Development Early Childhood, served as an exemplary tenured educator among her peers and students at the college for more than 18 years as a full-time tenure track instructor and as a term instructor, and for 9 years as an adjunct instructor. Whereas Benita Flores-Muñoz, throughout her tenure, demonstrated outstanding contributions in the classroom, on campus, and the community. Ms. Flores-Muñoz's teaching style was marked by passion and enthusiasm, creating a positive, conducive learning environment where she shared relatable, real-world experiences with her students. Student evaluations consistently praised her as an excellent instructor who was approachable and inspiring to them. For her hard work and commitment to the college in 2021, as I mentioned, she was selected and honored as the Eileen Creighton Award for Teaching Excellent recipient, the highest faculty award at Del Mar College. She demonstrated adaptability and growth through technology integration and flexible scheduling to meet student needs, and she contributed significantly to developing online courses in child development early childhood program. In addition to her role as professor, she served as the program director and played a vital role in mentoring faculty. Whereas Benita Flores-Muñoz led the CDEC program through the National Association for the Education of Young Children National Accreditation in 2019, a feat that only 11 Texas colleges have achieved. Her accomplishments include being recognized as a Disability Advocate for the year and as the Blue and Silver Alumni Faculty of the Year at Del Mar College in 2016. Ms. Flores-Muñoz actively participated in college-wide committees such as the Curriculum Committee, Del Mar Now Committee, Dual Credit Committee, Wellness Committee, and the Faculty Professional Development Committee. In addition, she participated in outreach activities and community events such as the Week of the Young Child, Teddy Bear Drive, Special Olympics, and volunteered with the YWCA. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Del Mar College Board of Regents formally acknowledges and extends its profound appreciation for service to our college and community by recognizing Benita Flores-Muñoz with the title of Professor Emeritus on the day of December 5th, 2023. I would now like to ask Madam Chair if you would accept this resolution and confer emeritus status for Benita Flores-Muñoz.
Thank you very much. Chair will now entertain a motion. Dr. Adami? Thank you, Dr. Adami, for making that motion to confer Professor Emeritus status. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Ms. Averett. Congratulations. We're very excited for you. Are there any questions or comments on this motion? Is there any public comment on this motion? All those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Wow. This is pretty surreal. When I was first notified that I was even being considered for this, it's a bit overwhelming because I feel like I'm being awarded for I don't want to say doing nothing, but I've always loved teaching and working with students. And this is a full circle moment for me. Many of you know that I am a product of Del Mar College, and I know that when I crossed the stage of Richardson Auditorium in 1989, I never dreamed that I would be standing here in this moment or in any of the other moments where I have received recognition and awards. I'm very thankful, of course, to the board on accepting this resolution, to my former chairperson, Christy Urbick, for submitting my name for this, to the faculty council and all the other powers that be that may have played a part in sending my name forward. If I am a professor of distinction, it's not just because I always thought I was an awesome person, but because Del Mar College has invested in me. And I took full advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to me to become a better educator, to be a more refined and astute student advisor, and to be a strong leader amongst my colleagues. And for that, I am thankful to the college. Thank you so much.
I will now present to you Dolores G. Huerta for consideration of emeritus status. Dolores, could you come forward, please? Ms. Huerta served as an exemplary educator for over 45 years at Del Mar College, providing excellent leadership in the areas of accounting and business education. She demonstrated a passion for teaching, advising, mentoring, and retention. And you'll see in the list of criteria lined up by policy that she meets or exceeds the basic criteria needed. I'm going to go ahead and read a resolution that does contain her achievements, and then I will ask the board to vote to accept the resolution. Whereas Dolores G. Huerta, professor of accounting, served as an exemplary tenured educator among her peers and students at Del Mar College for more than 45 years as a full-time tenure-track faculty member from 1977 to 2023. Whereas Dolores G. Huerta was recognized for her admirable dedication to higher education by receiving the National Institute of Staff and Organizational Development, also known as NISOD, Excellence Award in 2002 and 2012. Ms. Huerta's accomplishments include being named Who's Who among American teachers and educators and being a 3-time recipient of the Del Mar College's Faculty Academic Advisor of the Year Award. Whereas Dolores G. Huerta provided committed service to the college as an active member of numerous committees, including the Curriculum Committee, Employee Grievance Policy Review Committee, Accounting Advisory Committee, Retention Committee, a Presidential Search Committee, and numerous others. Her service to the discipline is further evidenced by her collaborations to establish work-based learning experiences with external organizations for accounting students completing practicum requirements before graduation at Del Mar College. Whereas Dolores G. Huerta's contributions to the Del Mar College community were numerous and invaluable, including participation and promotion of junior achievement, the Texas Association of Chicanos in Higher Education, and the American Association of University Professors. Whereas Dolores Huerta demonstrated the value of lifelong learning by consistently seeking professional development to enhance her teaching skills and knowledge within her assigned discipline. Now therefore be it resolved that the Del Mar College Board of Regents formally acknowledges and extends its profound appreciation for service to our college and community by recognizing Dolores G. Huerta with the title of Professor Emeritus on this day, December 5th, 2023. Madam Chair, I now ask you to accept this resolution and confer emeritus status for Dolores G. Huerta.
Thank you so much for your service, Ms. Huerta, Professor Huerta. Is there a motion to that effect, Mr. Garza? So moved. Thank you. Second by Mr. Lowe. We're trying to go around the table here. We congratulate you and thank you for your years of success. Are there any comments or questions from the board? Is there any public comment on this motion? All those in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Congratulations.
I managed to write down a few notes this morning in preparation for this presentation. If my students were here and they heard me say that I have a few notes, they would tell you to run. Because when Ms. Huerta has notes, she has notes. In my classroom, I would fill up all 3 whiteboard panels when necessary, so we might be here a while. No, I'll give you the condensed version. First, let me express my appreciation for this recognition. I'm very thankful that I'm receiving this recognition. For me, however, not to diminish this recognition I'm getting today, but for me, it's all about what I've done in the classroom. And for me, that has been my main priority here at Del Mar. Like Ms. Ayala-Maynard mentioned a while ago, I too used to play school, not knowing that I would play school the rest of my life. Only thing different is now I got paid for it. In my family of origin, there were 5 girls and 1 boy. I used to introduce him as my favorite brother. He was my only brother. He's now deceased, unfortunately, as is one of our sisters. My brother never wanted to play school with us. I don't know why. It was just the girls. And all of us girls became teachers. And my mother was a teacher's aide for 20 years before she raised all 6 of us. After she raised all 6 of us and survived, she was a teacher's aide for 20 years. So we come from a very education-oriented family. In our family, education was stressed. We didn't have much growing up, but we had each other and we had our school. And our schooling, our activities were important to my parents. I was very fortunate many years ago to be hired by my first chairperson, Sue Clark, in the vocational business program on the West Campus. Since then, vocational business became business technology and then it merged with business administration. So I've been through a lot of changes here at Del Mar, countless administrators, countless colleagues, et cetera. But for me, the focus has always been our students. And notice I didn't say my students, they're our students. They all belong to all of us in any position we have here at Del Mar. During my time here at Del Mar, I have done my best to mentor all of our students, especially the reentry students who sometimes come to us with very little or no self-confidence, who wonder when they walk in the door for the first time what they're doing here. They don't know that they can even make it or not. I always tell notice I'm still using present tense. I always tell my reentry students and my first-timers that they already took the hardest step, and that was to walk in the front door to register. You know, I tell them after that, it's downhill, okay? So many of our students need guidance. So many of them need direction. And I think it's incumbent on all of us, administration, faculty, and staff, to do everything possible to provide them with that. I've always said sometimes I know we do our best to get them here to attend Del Mar, but do we do our best to keep them here? And I know we're a reflection of society, we're a reflection of what's out there in the real world, but I would encourage all Del Mar faculty, staff, faculty, administration, and staff to do our best to retain our students. After all, I think it's our mission to provide them lifelong learning, for the ones that are receiving a certificate or an associate degree, to provide them marketable skills that they take with them when they finish our program. I am proud of the work I've done with our students. Many of my former students, or our former students from our department, I should say, are currently employed by Del Mar College in different capacities here, and that makes me very proud. I thank you. Thank you, very good.
Thank you so much, Dr. Halcomb, for both the recognitions and for bringing these three outstanding individuals forward. It is a great reminder for all of us that the decisions we make at this table are only to empower our faculty members to do the best that they can for all of our students. So thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Regents. Very much appreciated.